Just like a man can never understand what carrying a baby feels like, a woman will never understand how hard it is for an average man to get women, unless she's Nora Vincent. Women don't know how to handle objections, game, and a whole bunch of skills men have to acquire to even get the chance of dating a hot chick. Some women, though, feel like men just gotta try harder.
You had something you wanted to come in on. What was it?
Oh, I was just saying that I think when you were saying like an average guy couldn't get 150 plus, I think it's more of a matter of like, well, how hard is he trying? You know?
How hard?
And like, what's the time frame that we're looking at?
What does she even mean? Paying for expensive dinners? Texting more? What the actual heck, guys? Some women will never understand the male struggle. What goes in one ear comes right out the other.
But it's still harder for men.
I'm not disagreeing that women are the keepers of sex, 100%. But if an average dude wanted to run around and just fuck every single thing that would let him, like, I don't know, I'd be interested to see in the time frame difference.
I think a lot
but he could get there.
Most men are invisible.
Yeah.
To women.
I'm not talking about like bottom of the barrel, man.
I'm saying
just like an average guy.
Even the average dudes are struggling majorly when it comes to dating and getting laid.
Facts. If you take a look at dating app stats, you'll realize that women get tons of matches and only swipe right 5% of the time, if not less. Men swipe right way more, but still don't get as many matches.
And I usually date the average guy, so they always tell me about their struggles.
Average dudes are
and I'm
invisible.
like, that sucks.
Well, I actually had an experience with this where I didn't understand like how hard dating was for men, because when I first got into like the content in the space, I was like, what? Why are they saying this is so hard? I actually ended up going to a pickup artist conference. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's basically where guys like go and like they.
What was the book?
It was based off of a guy like Neil Strauss, The Game. But there's a whole like I haven't dove that deep into game type stuff.
Crazy.
But there's really like they have a bunch of books in this like sector. But these guys put on these conferences. Guys pay like $5,000. They're so desperate to get laid. Mm-hmm. They pay $5,000 to go learn how to talk to women, approach women, and like sleep with women. And I would watch these like average guys, like kind of 5s, like 6s maybe, go up to these like, honestly, like super obese women and get rejected harshly. And I'm just thinking, wow, this is harder than I thought. I would watch them go up to girl after girl, and these were like decent looking dudes. So it's harder than you'd think.
I guess, I've just never seen that happen.
You just need to search on YouTube or social media to realize how profitable being a dating coach is. Day in and day out, dating coaches promote their services and even charge a whole lot of money for their programs. I personally know a guy who charges $3,000 for a course, sessions, and a 24/7 WhatsApp support only during 1 month. Insanity, but I guess that's just the market.
No, I definitely have. I feel like a lot of like women are very delusional.
Closer to the mic, please.
I said I think that a lot of women are very delusional with their standards and where they stand in life. So I have 100% seen like average looking but ugly chicks like have average looking dudes that I would date and turn them down. And I'm like, look, I don't mean to like base your value, but like, bro, be honest about where you stand in life. So I definitely feel like,
I just don't think I've
women are hella
paying enough
delusional with who they
attention,
think they can get.
honestly.
That girl with sunglasses might have the tattoo red flag, but knowing that she's aware of the male struggle, she's automatically more attractive. Anyway, it's insane how entitled some women are despite being far from being tense, not only in terms of looks, but personality as well.
I said maybe I just haven't been paying enough attention, honestly.
Walk into a room with 10 guys and ask yourself how many you're attracted to.
Well, the thing is it doesn't just depend on looks for me. Yeah. You know?
I think she's talking about initial visual attraction. I agree with you if you're actually talking to them. That's why earlier I said if you want to actually meet somebody, you should go work with whatever gender you're trying to date and then get to know those people. But initially when you walk in, if you're looking at a room full of average guys, you're probably not gonna.
I had a friend who did that. She married her boss.
that happens a lot.
Yeah, and it's common. It's,
No, I have had friends that are teachers. Like, I can't, I can't meet anybody. I'm like, go work at a construction company.
I was at this.
They're ready.
There's no dudes.
I was at this. I went to my dad. He's looking at maybe box seats are like at basketball games. He's looking at maybe getting one. And I thought it was the biggest shame, okay, because this girl was like doing the cart. Like she was serving the desserts and the food. And this is you have to be super rich to be like up there, like to own one of these boxes. So you're going to interact with the top 0.5% of wealth. This girl was like morbidly obese, like so big. I'm like, you are missing out on the biggest opportunity. Like you're in a room with the rich, like the most successful men you'll ever meet ever.
That's actually networking, really. It's being in the room. Like that's true for careers. That's true for dating. I was thinking
if I
you're
was
gonna end up with or be friends with whoever you're around. And
I was thinking if I was like a diehard like gold digger, I'm like I would just get a job with a service in one of those places.
Yeah, even though you probably actually like it's kind of like what you said earlier though. You don't really want somebody like that. You want somebody who's like you actually want somebody who's just like middle of the pack or a little bit above, who's around the equal of you, and that is. If that's what you're looking for, you need to go work somewhere where that person might work. That's for people in the U.S. That's the way you're going to meet people. Like that's what you need to do if you want to meet someone.
She said average men should try harder, but then when we do try harder, they say, "Ew, you're a creep. You're obsessed with me. Leave me alone. I'm not interested. Leave me alone." And so on and so on. 15 to 20 years ago, an average guy could get 150. I'm only 5'7", count over 80, and I turned a lot down. If I really tried, I could have. I have guys over 200 to 300 plus. Granted, they're in their 30s. They'd be chads today, and I've become kind of invisible. The market has changed so much over the last decade, I don't recognize anything. These are the same women that will get close to the wall and be screaming, "Where are all the good men?" I hate to tell most of these women, I wouldn't even notice them in a bar. Skank? I mean, the guys just need to try harder. Interviewer, do you need to try? Skank, no, silly, I'm a boss babe. Women recommend making about 10 times more money than you're currently making, magically becoming taller, changing your entire personality and value system to fit her ideal, etc., and it's constructive advice. Men recommend women not to have a body count over 15, and it's misogyny. Make it make sense. Who do these women consider bottom of the barrel? The hardworking guy who works at Walmart, Pizza Hut, or any other food service industry job? Try harder, have game, have a job making 6 figs, be at least 6 foot tall, anything under is too short. Be funny, don't be a creep, be a 9. Yeah, it keeps going. Oh yeah, as a guy that went after bigger girls, I've been rejected and heartbroken harshly, and I think I'm average, and it's a shame. And I've put in a lot of effort for these women. This is exactly what they think. No, they consider a man who is a 9 out of 10 average and are only attracted to men who rate 9.55 out of 10. They, who are a 5 on average, want men who rate 9 to try harder, meaning simp, whereby they, like with welfare and Tinder, will immediately raise her expectations to offset. Speaking of trying harder, what women should do is, well, not try at all, because if they do, they get tons of bodies. If an average woman can get laid easily, just imagine how many bodies a woman who posts provocative pics and dresses in some type of way can rack up. Still, they expect men to accept their pasts, and if they're asked about it, there's always a valid excuse.
The reality is that most men are not going to accept a girl that comes with that type of past. At least a man that you want. A successful guy that has his money together and is attractive.
You would be surprised what kind of men are successful and are really high up. A lot of the dudes who are CEOs prefer to be like in interesting situations.
Yeah,
like the doms,
the men that you don't respect.
Yeah.
That's my point. Ooh. The man that you want, that you actually will respect.
Why are you assuming? You're assuming. This is not a fact.
Because I know what women, on a balance of probabilities, are attracted to. Attraction isn't a choice.
I know, but I actually have said that I would prefer a simp. I would prefer...
What did you say about an hour ago?
I mean...
No, hold on, stop. What did you say about an hour ago? You remember?
A masculine simp.
No, what did you...
I mean, yes, if a guy that's too, like, fangirling over me is different.
You triggered my trap card!
There's a difference between fangirling over the fact that I have Instagram followers and being next to someone who is I hate to use this word, but people call me famous because I have a blue tick mark next to my name. There's a difference between someone fangirling about like the status that they're around compared to
the behaviors are the same. A simp and a fanboy are going to do the same things. They're going to pedestalize you. They're going to put you before themselves. They're going to think that you're better than them. They're going to do all the same behaviors. The same things you literally said a second ago you're not attracted to.
It's different because I've had dudes who did not act like fanboys and talked about my Instagram, talked about all my followers and all my DMs. And then there's dudes that treat me well, spoil me, make me feel good, make me feel in my feminine energy to be able to be taken care of.
Okay. And where are those men now?
I mean, unfortunately,
See, this is the thing. Women say one thing, but they act on another. So, I mean, you could say that, but the reality is you don't respect those guys.
There's many reasons why they're not here today, and it's not because they were simps. It was because of something else.
So they fucked and dumped you?
No, I never said that. I love the assumption, though.
I mean, yeah, it happens.
This is not a fact. That was an assumption. So, no.
It was for something else. In other words, he was not good enough or my pussy got dry because he was just too nice. Let's see the comments. She loves the fanboy attention and wants the simp money, but she won't be in a relationship with a man that she really wants because the men that she really wants won't want her. These women are going to hell in a Gucci handbag. I dated a beautiful, intelligent woman for 6 months before I found out she's worked as a stripper for about 3 months. 2 years before I met her, I lost all interest in her. It's crazy the amount of girls who confuse sexual attraction and relationship attraction. Those guys pump and dump you for a reason, and to pretend it's not to do with OF is ignorant as fuck. Listening to these women try to mentally fight their way out of every single thing he says, even when he catches them contradicting themselves, is like listening to a bad reader trying to sound out the word "the." Can you guys bring back girls after a year or two? See where things are from where they are now, then do another meetup 5 to 10 years, just so that we can see this progression into the wall. She has over 1 million followers, she went through surgery, she always uses filters, and she does corn, and she had the audacity to tell Myron, "You have a platform, it's time for you to educate men to accept women's body count." Obviously, she got smoked immediately with a Mortal Kombat style fatality. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.